A brief guide to nonprofit organizations. Part 2. Nonprofit organizations in the United States are classified by the Internal Revenue Service based on their purpose and activities. These classifications determine the tax-exempt status and benefits available to the organizations. Here are the main types of nonprofit classifications recognized by the IRS, along with their benefits. 501(c)(3) charitable organizations. Purpose. These organizations must be organized and operated exclusively for religious, charitable, scientific, literary, or educational purposes, or to prevent cruelty to animals or children. Benefits. Tax-exempt status. 501(c)(3) organizations are exempt from federal income tax, allowing them to retain more funds for their charitable activities. Tax-deductible donations. Donors can deduct their contributions to 501(c)(3) organizations from their taxable income, encouraging philanthropy. Grants and funding. Charitable organizations can apply for grants from foundations, corporations, and government agencies that are often available exclusively to tax-exempt organizations. Public support. Nonprofits with public charity status under 501(c)(3) can receive funds from a broad range of sources, including individuals, corporations, and government grants. Exemption from sales and property taxes. Depending on the state and local laws, 501(c)(3) organizations may be eligible for exemptions from sales and property taxes. 501(c)(4) social welfare organizations. Purpose. These organizations aim to promote social welfare and community improvement. They engage in activities such as civic engagement, advocacy, and lobbying for public policy change. Benefits. Tax-exempt status. 501(c)(4) organizations are generally exempt from federal income tax on their revenues, allowing them to allocate more resources to their social welfare initiatives. Limited political advocacy. While social welfare organizations can engage in political advocacy and lobbying, their primary purpose should focus on social welfare rather than electoral campaigns. Donor anonymity. Unlike charitable organizations, 501(c)(4) organizations are not required to disclose their donors publicly in most cases. 501(c)(5) labor, agricultural, and horticultural organizations. Purpose. These organizations represent labor unions, agricultural, or horticultural groups. They provide benefits, support, and advocacy for their members. Benefits. Tax-exempt status. 501(c)(5) organizations are exempt from federal income tax, allowing them to allocate more resources to their member-related services and advocacy efforts. Deductible union dues. Union members can often deduct their dues from their taxable income. Collective bargaining. Labor organizations have the ability to negotiate with employers on behalf of their members. 501(c)(6) business and professional associations. Purpose. These organizations represent business, professional, and trade associations. They promote the common interests of their members and engage in industry-specific activities. Benefits. Tax-exempt status. 501(c)(6) organizations are generally exempt from federal income tax on their revenues, allowing them to allocate more resources to benefit their members and advance their industry. Lobbying and advocacy. Business associations can engage in lobbying activities to influence public policy decisions related to their industry. Deductible membership dues. In many cases, membership dues paid to 501(c)(6) organizations can be tax deductible for members. 501(c)(7) social and recreational clubs. Purpose. These organizations are formed for pleasure, recreation, or other similar non-profitable purposes. Examples include hobby clubs, sports clubs, and social clubs. Benefits. Tax-exempt status. 501(c)(7) organizations are generally exempt from federal income tax on their revenues, allowing them to allocate more resources to their social and recreational activities. Deductible membership dues. In some cases, membership dues paid to 501(c)(7) organizations may be tax deductible for members. Social and recreational opportunities. These organizations provide a venue for individuals with shared interests to come together, engage in activities, and build social connections. Member benefits. 501(c)(7) organizations often offer various benefits and amenities to their members, such as access to facilities, events, programs, and networking opportunities. 501(c)(8) fraternal organizations. Purpose. These organizations are primarily formed for the benefit of their members and promote common bonds, such as social, fraternal, or mutual assistance purposes. Benefits. Tax-exempt status. 501(c)(8) organizations are generally exempt from federal income tax on their revenues, allowing them to allocate more resources to benefit their members. Member benefits. Fraternal organizations often provide social, recreational, and support services to their members, such as networking opportunities, scholarships, and insurance benefits. Deductible membership dues. In certain cases, membership dues paid to 501(c)(8) organizations may be tax-deductible for members. 501(c)(10) domestic fraternal societies and associations. Purpose. These organizations are similar to fraternal organizations but are specifically domestic in nature. They may engage in social, fraternal, and mutual aid activities. Benefits. Tax-exempt status. 501(c)(10) organizations are generally exempt from federal income tax on their revenues, enabling them to allocate more resources to support their members. Member benefits. Domestic fraternal societies and associations provide a range of benefits to their members, including social activities, networking, and various support programs. Deductible membership dues. In certain cases, membership dues paid to 501(c)(10) organizations may be tax-deductible for members. 501(c)(19) veterans organizations. Purpose. These organizations are formed by veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces to provide support, benefits, and advocacy for veterans and their families. Benefits. Tax-exempt status. 501(c)(19) organizations are generally exempt from federal income tax on their revenues, allowing them to allocate more resources to serve veterans. Veteran support. These organizations offer a wide range of services and programs to veterans, including healthcare assistance, rehabilitation, employment support, and community outreach. Deductible donations. Donations made to 501(c)(19) veterans organizations may be tax-deductible for the donors. It's also worth mentioning that while nonprofit organizations may be exempt from federal income tax, they still have certain financial obligations and responsibilities. Additionally, state and local tax laws may vary, and nonprofits may be subject to specific regulations and reporting requirements in their respective jurisdictions. It's advisable for nonprofit organizations to consult with legal and tax professionals to ensure compliance with IRS regulations and to understand the specific benefits and obligations associated with their particular classification. Establishing and operating a nonprofit organization. Establishing and operating a nonprofit organization involves several steps. While the specific requirements may vary based on the jurisdiction and type of organization, here is a general step-by-step process. Define your mission and purpose. Clearly articulate the mission, goals, and purpose of your nonprofit organization. Identify the specific societal need or cause your organization aims to address. Conduct research and planning. Study the existing landscape and assess the feasibility and viability of your organization's mission. Conduct a needs assessment to determine the target population or beneficiaries you will serve. Develop a strategic plan outlining the organization's objectives, activities, and expected outcomes. Form a board of directors. Recruit individuals who share your passion and can contribute diverse skills and expertise. Establish a board of directors responsible for governance, oversight, and decision-making. Choose a legal structure. Select an appropriate legal structure for your organization, such as a corporation, trust, or association, based on your jurisdiction's laws and regulations. Consult with an attorney to ensure compliance with legal requirements. Register your organization. Register your nonprofit organization with the appropriate government agencies, such as the Secretary of State or relevant regulatory bodies. Obtain an Employer Identification Number, EIN, from the IRS. Draft bylaws and policies. Develop bylaws that outline the organization's internal rules, governance structure, and operational procedures. Establish policies and procedures for financial management, conflicts of interest, and other critical areas. Apply for tax-exempt status. Prepare and submit an application for tax-exempt status, such as Form 1023 or Form 1023-EZ to the IRS. Provide necessary documentation, including financial statements, bylaws, and organizational details. Create a financial plan. Develop a comprehensive financial plan, including a budget, fundraising strategies, and sustainable revenue sources. Establish financial management systems and controls to ensure transparency and accountability. Build a support network. Cultivate relationships with potential donors, volunteers, community partners, and stakeholders. Develop a communication and marketing strategy to raise awareness and support for your organization's mission. Launch and operationalize your organization. Hire staff or engage volunteers to carry out your organization's programs and activities. Establish systems for program implementation, monitoring, and evaluation. Comply with reporting obligations, such as annual filings and financial audits, as required by regulatory bodies. Remember, this is a general guide, and the process may vary based on your specific circumstances. It is advisable to consult legal, accounting, and nonprofit professionals to ensure compliance with all applicable laws and regulations throughout the establishment and operation of your nonprofit organization.